The NASCAR Winston Cup Series is getting ready for the race. Number 32 of the season as Old Navy presents the Old Dominion 500. Big things happen.
The Walmart starting grid for today's Old Dominion 500. Ryan Newman and Jeff Gordon on the front row. Gordon, 3 wins here at Martinsville.
On the inside of row 2 is Bill Elliott. And on the outside, Ward Burton, just in South Boston, down the road not too far.
6-time Martinsville winner Rusty Wallace trying to get off the Schneid in 2002. Goes from row number 3 with Joe Nemechek.
On the inside of row 4 is Jimmy Johnson, who didn't run that badly here in the first race, but finished 35th. And Hermie Sadler, his first NASCAR Winston Cup qualifying in the top 10.
Mike Skinner, Dale Earnhardt Jr. going to come from row number 5 today. You saw the practice incident Mike had with Jeff Burton yesterday. Johnny Benson and Robbie Gordon lined up in row number 6. Benson finished 6th in this race 1 year ago.
And on the inside of row 7 is Kevin Harvick. Let's try to talk to Kevin and get his thoughts. Kevin Harvick, Benny Parsons, you got me?
Do it again. Do it again.
Let's try it again. Kevin Harvick, Benny Parsons, you got me? But try him a little bit later.
You know that old saying about the best plans? There you go. Dale Jarrett, Steve Park back in row number 8. Getting set for the green. Matt Kenseth, Ricky Rudd will line up in row number 9. Rudd with 3 wins here at Martinsville.
And on the inside of row 10 is Ted Musgrave. Been running the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series the last couple of races, last couple of years. Good qualifying run for him.
400th Winston Cup start for Jimmy Spencer today. Casey Atwood with his 5th Martinsville race.
Bobby Hamilton, we said every time, but he always runs well at Martinsville. And Jeremy Mayfield.
One problem for Hamilton. Engine change. He and the 44 car being driven by Steve Grissom will drop to the back of the line.
And here on the inside of row 14, another sub for the 40 car, Mike Bliss. Since Jimmy McMurray, the winner last week, has to be in Memphis today.
Tony Stewart, Winston Cup Championship leader, row 16. He's in the danger zone.
Terry Labonte has finished 3rd, has finished 2nd here 3 times.
Jeff Burton, former winner here at Martinsville, and his Roush teammate Kurt Busch way back in row 18. Those the final cars qualified on time. And now to provisional land. Mikey Waltrip, Kyle Petty.
There's Elliott Sadler, John Andretti.
Kenny Wallace scheduled to be in the 23 today. He's in the Busch Series race that was rained out at Memphis yesterday that they're also running today. So Jeffrey gets the start. And there's Hideo Fukuyama, 2nd Winston Cup start in one of Travis Carter's Fords. Failed to qualify. There's the list. And as you see behind them, the field of cars has rolled out onto this Martinsville Speedway, beginning their parade through the mayhem. 500 laps on this track that measures just over a half mile. It's actually 0.526 miles, so that's 263 miles.
We see the pit window about 150, 160 laps. They'll be taught.
Green flag racing at Martinsville. Final short track event of the year. Newman leads lap 1. Bill Elliott sliding under Jeff Gordon for 2nd. Now it's Ward Burton to the 24's outside.
This new surface. He likes the fact that it is smoother.
Well, it should be. He was the one that suggested they do it. I talked to track president
Musgrave. There he is on the outside of Kenny Schrader.
Place about Martinsville racing here is you get you guys so they can run side by side for 20 laps and you can't go anywhere.
To the shot yesterday between the 4 car of Skinner and the 99 of Burton. This time the 11 car of Brett Bodine gets in the back of 43 and around John goes, backs off the curve, and no one runs over him. Well, down the backstretch we see the 44 car. That's Steve Grissom this week. And all of a sudden, Bam.
Clunk funk.
Jerry Nadeau was involved in a go-kart accident.
By his spotter that the 28 would like to get a lap back if they can, and Ryan radioed back, let's see how the restart goes. The restart went real well for Ryan, and he said bye-bye.
Yeah. So Tony Stewart still going by cars.
He's up to 18th spot.
Right behind Mark Martin.
He's got all his
back
fenders
there in this traffic. He will lose more time because these guys will get 2 wide and 3 wide sometimes. Well, the leader just out there riding a clean racetrack for right now.
Oh,
wow.
Drove it in there that time.
Up front, here's Ward Burton going to challenge Ryan Newman for the lead.
Finished 31 laps, so your car is supposed to start going backwards, and he lost the lead. Frankie did say that they really didn't know what was going on.
If he goes lower, it gets looser, so they're going to make a wedge adjustment in the left rear to help that for fresh tires and fuel. He's gone. Marty?
31st to 15th for points leader Tony Stewart. The car is excellent and no changes on a very fast 4-tire stock for the Home Depot team.
And Kevin Harvick comes off pit road first for whatever reason, and there we see almost a dead heat between the teammates.
Rusty's got him.
Got him by an inch.
All right, here's why the caution flag's out. Green car, Hermie Sadler.
And around it goes.
Got behind on his steering.
Got behind and spun and
Mars done by hand. The outside lane was put down in 82 by a machine. The difference between the inside and outside lanes in smoothness and roughness were significant. Rusty Wallace, among others, suggested they try to smooth that inside lane out. That puts him up to second. Here comes Andretti. Did not stop on the last caution. And he and Terry are racing for now the number 3 position.
And there comes the guy right behind me you saw just a moment ago, Rusty Wallace. He's the guy that did stop. Rusty's got a good ride today.
Yeah, that
Dega.
Yep.
And his daughter was there to accept that award. It was a nice moment.
Bill Elliott in the 9 car trying to get 6th away from Blaney in the 77.
And if it's going to make it.
Looking inside of Kevin Harvick for 21st place. I guess that 2-tire stop didn't work out for Harvick, huh?
Doesn't appear to be working too well.
When he starts getting people beating on his bumper, it doesn't sit well with him.
I don't think it does with a lot of people. I mean, I think everybody would like to get past clean.
Johnny more than most. How's that? Okay. Is that okay?
I'll accept that.
Remember, Terry Labonte did not stop with the lap 43 caution for tires. So Stewart goes by him and moves into 12th.
And Bill?
Dale Jarrett in that traffic in the 88 UPS Ford. Car is good. Tight a little bit, so they made a track bar adjustment to try and help out on that. Dave?
Bill, remember last year, this was where Ricky Craven won his one and only Winston Cup race. He was tight in the center on the first stop, made a track bar adjustment. Marty?
Championship leader Tony Stewart started 31st. He has moved his way up into 10th. The car is excellent, turns very well in the middle of the corner. Just wants a little more forward.
Now back in the lead lap. Finally, here we go. Help. Yes, help.
And that would be that 7 car you were just speaking of.
The aforementioned.
Yeah, and see, there was the leader right there. Rusty just came through. Pit stops, Matt.
They told him to stop short. They are going to make a track bar adjustment here, but Rusty's still very happy with the car. They're also going to make a track bar adjustment on the 22 Dodge of Ward Burton. Then it's 4 tires and fuel. A lot of congestion here on pit road. Be careful, Burns.
Ryan Newman's board was tightening up at the end of the run, so they're going to make a wedge adjustment to this car, change 4 tires, fill it full of fuel, try to avoid all the brake dust flying around down here. Ryan gets the left sides on, tries to win the race off pit road. It was close. Marty?
Tony Stewart came down pit road in 10th. He said, if you could get me some more forward bite, we're going to be
Crowded down there. Meanwhile, back to the green.
Ward Burton's the leader. Ryan Newman is 2nd. Jeff Burton 3rd. Robbie Gordon 4th. Bill Elliott 5th. Rusty Wallace out 6th. Jeff Gordon made a 2nd.
Past 12. Yes, he did.
Very nice. So the Burton brothers from South Boston, Virginia, just up the road from here, out in front. Bill Elliott, Tony Stewart, 9 and 20. racing for 6th and 7th.
How about that? Tony Stewart. What a terrific run he's had.
Those guys.
Of course, Tony Stewart's car is working pretty well down in that smoother ground asphalt. Concrete, I should say.
Look at the front end of those cars dive when they go for the brakes.
Now the brakes hard. Tony's car gets off of turn 4 on the bottom really good. Now turn 2, the last lap, Elliott got off a little bit better on the high side, but no, Tony's going to take the spot.
Watch the bottom of this tire when he gets to the corner, and we put a lot of pressure. And watch how it tries to roll under. Well, that's taking that negative camber out. It's making the entire tire make contact with the racetrack. The fact that it's leaned in on the top.
So Mike Skinner in the Kodak car, 25th place right now. 12 seconds behind leader Ward Burton. The Burton brothers out in front. Ward and Jeff. Robbie Gordon, solid run in 3rd. Rusty Wallace, who has led more laps than anyone so far, has come back to 4th. They're using up the fenders at Martinsville, a final short track race of the season. That one brought out the yellow.
Jeff Gordon comes off the backstretch. Jeremy Mayfield 19 car. They go down in the corner and a little contact between Jeff Gordon and Bobby Labonte. Well, Labonte does a great job. Just does a 360 and all that smoke there. NASCAR said, we better have a caution flag.
In Martinsville, Virginia, Old Navy presents the Old Dominion 500 live on NBC. Ward Burton in the 22 is the leader. Jeff Green in the 30 is the first car a lap down, trying to get a lap back. He's in 39th place.
And, you know, these two cars racing side by side have put a little distance on Dale Earnhardt.
That he started in 12th, I'm sorry.
Wow, Robbie's really driving that car.
But you know, difference between Robbie Gordon and almost every other guy in this field, his background is not in short track racing. He didn't. Tony Stewart, Bydale Jr. That puts the championship leader up to 3rd. Remember, he started 31st. What a rally for him. Ward Burton is the race leader. 160 laps are complete at Martinsville. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
I'm going to get 4 tires and just leave the car like it is, okay? And pull
Under caution.
Kurt Busch spinning out. Who caused it?
24
Looks like Jeff Gordon. He's 2 for 2.
Boy. Wow. A little frustrated since he's not in the best frame of mind about track conditions today to start with.
There's he drives down on the inside.
Did he hit the curb?
Hit the curb and shot the car off the racetrack just a little bit, yep.
All right. Just back underway in Martinsville. Ward Burton is the leader. Tony Stewart 2nd. Robbie Gordon 3rd. Jimmy Spencer 4th. And Ricky Rudd has rallied all the way up to 5th. 30 car Jeff Green. Good finish today. I feel a Golden Benny nomination somewhere in the mix. Spencer's having a solid run too, Matt.
He sure is, Al. When you look back to the spring, he had a very fast race car, but he got caught on pit road, and that just started his bad luck day. Here, remember on the stop before, they took on 2 tires. Now he's got 4 tires, so he's on equal footing with the competition. No changes, but he is talking about what to do to his race car the next.
Sure is. It's amazing how these guys today with these tires have been able to drive through traffic with a flat tire and no one run over them.
Hey, what are you seeing so far?
I think when you're running all this traffic, you're doing everything you can do. I think you're fine. You did a good job with Earnhardt. Good job with him.
Well, the 11 car Brett Bodine coming off turn 2 gets in the back of Joe Roder, gets so hot it melts the bead of the tire, causes the right front tire to go flat.
All right, green flag. Jeffrey Bodine in the 23 is the leader. Did not stop under that caution. Only lead lap car not to do so. Craven underneath. 3 wide move there, and Craven's now the leader. Here's Junior and Jeff Gordon.
This will be interesting. Well, Junior did the right thing. You don't want to be in the middle going down a turn 1.
Last caution flag.
Oh, Jeff Burton in the wall.
Look at the damage now that Jeff Gordon has on his left front fender.
I said Jeff Burton. I think it was Jeff Gordon that hit the wall so hard. Yes, it was. He's slow. Jeff Gordon is slow.
Well, Jeff Burton,
right front down.
Didn't Jeff Burton run into him, though?
Left front is running.
And trouble off turn 4. Big cloud of smoke.
Bunch of cars emerging out of that. Bobby Labonte, one of the last cars to emerge.
See him get gray, and we got Jimmy. Easy, Jimmy. Attaboy, Jimmy.
Oh, just a touch. Just a touch. Jeffrey does a great job, does a 360, and somebody went by and took off that right front fender cap.
I believe that was Dale Jarrett. Green flag. Most of the leaders did not stop under the caution. Ricky Craven is out in front. 38 cars on the lead lap. First one a lap down, Mike Wallace in the 14. Camera angles in some of these cars here at the short track. Remember, BP, you said that camera on the side of Todd Bodine's car wouldn't live the day?
It was right about between the 2 and the 6. When I walked through the garage this morning, I told the guys, I said, that camera's not going to make it. Watch.
You were right.
It's gone.
Lights out. Uh-oh. Caution is out for debris. No, it is not the camera.
Is it maybe something off the 99?
Let's have a look.
99 still got most of the stuff flopping around.
You know how you figure out what the debris is, Wally? You wait till they send the cleanup truck out and you watch it and see where it goes.
Good thinking.
So while we do that, let's take a break. Take advantage of having the yellow flag out. By the way, this is number 9 of the Old Dominion 500. Ricky Craven leads at Martinsville. Napa 500 on NBC.
All that down the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Used to be the final race of the year. This time in October.
Moved it up a month to try and get a little bit better weather.
Quarter turn on the track bar next time he stops. Currently running 5th here. Marty.
Phil, Tony Stewart is in 6th, and he just radioed to his team about 5 laps ago and says starting to give up a little bit in the middle of the corners and a little bit more forward bite. He's been needing help with a forward bite all day long. If he wins today, an extra $270 grand in his pocket from Winston, and he goes around Rusty Wallace. Bill?
Ward Burton is tight in the center. He needs to adjust for that. They tried last time. It didn't help, but he's tight in the center of the turns. That's what's slowing his track
position, Alan.
So there are the top 20 of the 36 cars that are on the lead lap at this point. The only guys not on the lead lap, Brett Bodine, Jeff Bodine, both just been passed by leader Ricky Craven. Mike Wallace, Hermie Sadler, then Joe Nemechek is 2 laps down. Jeff Gordon is 3 laps down, and Hideo Fukuyama is 6 laps down. Kevin Harvick, Robbie Gordon, some of those guys. But the cars up front last stopped at 2:38.
I've been watching Robbie Gordon. He has been slipping back. Matt, what has happened to the 31 car? Because he was strong earlier.
Wally, he had to pit back on lap 255. The reason the right front fender, which was supposed to be his friend, was pushed in so much, it was cutting into the right front tire. He was seeing smoke. Richard Chodris told me the tire would not have lasted.
Fenders, what kind of friends they are for downforce. Watch these fenders on the 20 car in this little deal.
Yeah, he got in the middle of a sandwich.
Between 88 and the 8. The 8 it spun the 19 car of Jeremy Mayfield. And watch these cars as they come off the corner. And watch those front fenders and how much damage is sustained by Tony Stewart.
Green flag is up in the Old Dominion 500. Ricky Craven leads. Johnny Benson 2nd. Kurt Busch 3rd. Jimmy Johnson up to 4th. Ward Burton is 5th.
And here is where it gets tough, Benny, if you're
lost earlier.
And meanwhile, battle for the lead. The 97 car, Kurt Busch, is right there as they try to get through traffic. Benson, the 10 car, the leader on the outside. Busch on the inside. Who is it going to be?
You may see some chrome horn work here, BP.
Well, Hermie Sadler gets
out of the way.
Yep. So Kurt Busch is now the leader. First time all day he's led. He started 36th.
And no one ever hit him. That was Marty?
Yeah, BP, remember, this is the car that won here in the spring, and this was kind of how he ran the spring race, too. Laid back in the early part of the race, came on at the end of the race. Bobby is very, very good on the long runs. You talked about that this could go green the rest of the way. If that does, Bobby Labonte could be in good shape, although he does need track
Now. Pit stops, track position.
Oh, man, it's all going to be settled here on pit. Well, it's not all going to be settled on pit road because, after all, they'll have 80 laps to
Yeah, 90 laps, I'm coming in.
But you lose some track position on this pit stop,
You may not get it back.
That's right.
spots on pit road the last time. They're going to have flawless work again. They were talking about an air pressure adjustment in the left rear, but Jimmy Finning called it off. They're going to make a wedge adjustment. The car a little free up off the corner, tied in the center, Marty.
Tony Stewart has dropped to 11th mat. He's a little bit tight. They go up half around on the track bar. They add a pound to the right rear tire, going for a 6th short track win. Bill?
Johnny Benson is chasing his first NASCAR Winston Cup win. They're just going to slap 4 tires on it, put in the fuel, and send him out.
Dave, the 32 car, they're going to fix the tight in the middle situation. Wedge, 4 tires for Ricky Craven. He thinks he's got the throttle sticking situation fixed from inside the car.
And Craven's going to come out in second spot, looks like. And a great stop for the 12 car.
Oh, man. Log jam at the end of pit road. Watch this camera that we have at the scoring line at pit exit.
There goes Kurt Busch. Here comes Craven. And then here comes a mess. Genuine mess. Looks like 10.
12.
Newman.
48. Jimmy Johnson. Ward.
Junior. Rusty Wallace on the outside. Bobby Labonte. Man.
Still looking for Tony Stewart, too.
Yeah, where's Tony? Still haven't seen Tony. Still haven't seen Tony. Still haven't seen.
Wow.
Oh, there we see Tony.
90 laps to go. 83 laps to go as we restart this one.
Be ready, green flag.
Good start, Kurt. Clear that lap traffic.
And Craven got down, clear the traffic. Now Benson has to try to go by Robbie Gordon. That's going to slow him down a 1/10 of a second or so.
Now this is the point where they don't really care about the front fenders as much. Not 80 laps to go.
Not their friends anymore.
It's their weapons now.
Newman.
Guy that lost on the set of pit stops, Tony Stewart, came in 10th, went out 15th.
And Ward Burton on the outside of Jimmy Johnson. As Johnson is now trying to get by the 12 car, Ward Burton's driving up on the outside along with Junior.
That outside lane's where that 22 was making all his time earlier when he was leading the race.
Try it on Newman now.
Squeeze.
And Junior's on the inside of Jimmy Johnson. Great battles going on. One car passed on the outside, the other on the inside. That's not a bad racetrack.
I'm telling you what, Benny, you're right.
So from what we've seen so far today, you guys vote good move.
Good move.
Yeah.
Before that last restart, Alan, Kurt Busch came on the radio and told his spotter, Jeremy Brickhouse, to go tell the 31 spotter just to relax, and if we get a caution, I will let him have his lap back. That was the deal, and he did his end of the bargain.
Paid it off. Caught you talking to your pit producer, didn't we?
Alan, I'm talking to a lot of people down here.
Attaboy, that's what you're supposed to do. Oh, Bill, you got some problems.
Yeah, I think that car's going to need a little bit of fixing.
9 cars started 3rd today.
Yeah. In the car with Bill, and I will effort to find that for you, but just wanted to know how much he'd done the last time in terms of speed.
I got you.
Well, let's tell you.
Yeah,
he got hit.
We just saw it.
As a result, I set my tires off just because I had to kind of get the car going again.
Oh!
Green.
Well, that was Donnie Epley trying to get his driver pumped up. Spotter for Ricky Craven.
Ken Schrader, 36 car, first one a lap down, 26th place. Ward Burton just ahead of them, lead lap, 19 car Jill sprint to the finish. Matt's got the leader.
Well, Alan, there have been 10 different winners in the last 10 Martinsville races. Kurt Busch would like to make it 11. Jimmy Finning, his crew chief, knows the way to victory lane. He won here in 2000 with Jimmy Finning. Right now,
Here he goes, Bill.
Jimmy Johnson has had a fine run today. Chad Knaus told me they've made a number of changes on there, but the reason he's gotten better in the race is because he's getting more experience. It's just his 2nd race on this short track at Martinsville. Rusty Wallace not having the day he was hoping for. Started 5th, still running inside the top 10, but that's not going to be enough if you're going to stay in this championship chase. Just 4 races remain after today. Battling with the 28, Dave.
And remember, they came from 2 laps down earlier, Bill, but on this last round of pit stops, they had a slow stop because they had to get around the 32 car of Ricky Craven. It cost them time and track position. Bill, back to you.
And now the 88 looking at the inside of the 2. No news is good news from Dale Jarrett. He's been quiet
at all, but he realized that he had a problem here. He's worked on it, he and the team, and here he's trying to take over 3rd spot.
And Ricky now, Benny, looks like he's trying to use that high line where earlier he wouldn't get off the bottom. Earnhardt gets underneath him.
Junior finished 5th here in the April race.
BP, not a word from Ricky Craven. That means that the car may have gone where it did earlier, which is to the tight side. Ricky's not able to use that high line to keep up with the guys in front of him.
Ricky Rudd, that time, fastest car. What was he, 6 and 3?
And nice job by Kurt Busch, closing in on what might be Winston Cup win number 2.
But Johnny Benson is kind of closing in on Kurt Busch. And there we see him. That time by, he was 9/10 of a second behind. Kurt Busch is having a lot of trouble getting by these lap cars. More trouble than Johnny Benson is having.
Well, I think you have a little bit easier time when you are in second, because when you're leading, those guys may hold you up for 1 or 2 corners, but then once they let the leader by, they know second place is right behind them, so they're looking for him more. So Johnny definitely has taken a bite out of the lead.
But 3, if you drive it smooth, you will catch him.
Right now, he is around the Matt Kenseth car.
And Kurt Busch has no choice but to go to the inside to try to get by the lap car of Michael Waltrip. Waltrip does not want to go a lap down, but he has no choice but go down there.
86,000 at Martinsville today, all on their feet as we get to these final laps. 9 to go. Benson trying to close in. He's never won a Winston Cup to finish it off. He took the lead at lap 389. Steve Parks, 16th place car, last on the lead lap, next ahead.
There's a lot of traffic there, Benny.
Oh, there's so much traffic there. And which line do you take? Park lets Kurt Busch go by on the outside. That's an advantage for him. Not get off that corner. The 26 drove away from him. And now the only choice he has to run to the inside, try to block the inside.
I said Johnny Benson doesn't like contact in his racing.
Johnny, 3 to go.
Will he want that first win enough to use the bumper on Kurt Busch and move him out of the way?
No, he won't.
Car going a lap down in 15th place. Final lap in Martinsville, half mile to go. Is it win 2 for Kurt Busch or the first victory for Johnny Benson?
Well, Kurt's got nobody in front of him right now, so I know that he's probably a little bit happy about that.
He got away from him off 2. Final shot, final corner. Benson can't get close enough. Winston Cup win number 2 for Kurt Busch. He takes the Old Dominion 500.
Guys, all boys, that's an awesome stop.
For you and this team.
Oh, I'll tell you, this team worked hard, and we always say it's a team effort. We never give up.
They were joking in the caution at one point that they were
Now ready to climb out after his 2nd NASCAR Winston Cup win in his young career. He had never led a lap at Martinsville. Today, he led a bunch of them, including the last one. Yeah. Wow, that was wild.
Who hates this place more than me?
Do you like this place?
I don't know. I don't know what it takes to get around here yet. And we kept loosening the car up to get forward bite, so I have no idea what that means. And a special thanks to Rubbermaid and Jimmy Fenning, these boys. This Ford was awesome. We could just put it down. We could run long runs. And it's just been a long time since I got Rubbermaid into victory lane. I got Sharpie earlier. But who knew about these short tracks? I have no idea why we run so good at these short tracks when I like the 1.5 miles.
Here are the results from today's Old Dominion 500. Kurt Busch with his 2nd NASCAR Winston Cup win from 36th starting spot. Jimmy Johnson, good run to 6th place. Rusty Wallace, I'm sure kind of disappointed with 9th.
Yeah, a lot of these guys were really strong towards the...
9 leaders changed the lead 12 times, and now we check the championship standings with only 4 races to go. It was 97 to start the day. Jimmy Johnson gaining 15 on Tony Stewart. It's the Auto Trader